What's good, y'all? It's your boy AJ back with another video. And as you can tell from the title, today we're going to be talking about my stalker. So let's get into it. So basically, I'm going to give you a little backstory first about like how I met him and stuff. So I just moved to Port Jefferson, and I was still going, like in the beginning of the year of this school year, I was going to Longwood still. So I would catch an Uber in the morning, and then I would in the afternoons I would catch like the bus, like the regular bus, the transit bus. So the day I met him was I was coming to back home after school, ready to get home. And then he asked me about my shoes and what kind of shoes were there. He said, you always dress nice. That was like the first strike right there. I should have just kept it pushing, but instead, me being a nice person, I told him I didn't know. I really didn't know. Hold on, these are the shoes right here. These shoes. I didn't know at the time, but here's the name right here. I don't wear them anymore because I have bleach on them, but that's besides the point. So yeah, I told him I didn't know, and I just got off the bus. So that's the first time I saw him. So a couple weeks later, I see him on the bus again, and as I see him, I say what's up or whatever, and I keep it pushing. And then as I'm getting off the bus at my stop, he's like, as I'm getting off, holding up the whole bus, he decides to wait and ask me about, do I go to the gym, and he asked me for my number so we can link up to go to the gym, because he doesn't have anyone to go with. So I was like, cool, whatever. I didn't think much of it. I didn't plan on calling him, but it's whatever. So down the street I have like a gym, but it's like for my townhouse. I live in like a complex apartment thing where like there's a whole bunch of apartments. I forgot the word for it, but down the street it's like a gym that everyone can go to that lives in this complex thing. So a couple weeks later, I went there, and I was ready to work out or whatever, and I saw him in there. So I was like, okay, whatever. I'm just gonna go do my thing or whatever. I had my headphones in, and I wasn't really, like when you're in the gym, you really don't feel like fucking with nobody. You just want to work out. So I was working out, whatever, and I guess he was leaving, but right before he left, he said, you never hit me up. I was like, nigga, I don't want to hit you up. Keep in mind though, I didn't say this already, but I'm just about 16, and he's like in his 20s. So like, nigga, you don't have friends, my nigga. You don't have bitches you can talk to. Why do I need to hit you up? Anyway, so he was like, I'll text myself on your phone, so you have my number. So he'll have my number. And I was like, no, I'll just text you. So I tried to play it off and not text him, but before he left, he was like, you still didn't text me. I was like, oh. I tried to so then I texted him, and then I texted him, and then that was that. So like the walk from the gym is like probably like 3 minutes. Hey, listen, man. I wish I could talk to the Eagles longer, man. It's one of my favorite groups. I've been covering for so long. I'm glad it's like 3 minutes, and yeah. So on my way home, I already got home, and then he texted me, and he was like, Tell me about yourself. I want to get to know you. Nigga, you don't have better people to be texting. You're texting a 15-year-old, damn near 16. You're texting me. You don't have bitches you can text, my nigga. You don't have other people you can text. Like, what's good? So, he was texting me like, oh, I work for the bus company, and that's why you see me on the bus all the time. I didn't answer him that much. I was like, oh, okay. Because I felt bad for him, you know. I thought maybe he didn't have any friends. So I was just trying to be like, you know, whatever. I was trying to be medium. Y'all probably like, why is this nigga, AJ, like, talking to him? But I saw, like, a whole bunch of scary movies or, like, movies where the crazy person locks the other person in a chamber because they cut them off. So I wanted to be, like, keep it medium. Because if I were to cut him off, God knows what would have happened. I could have got locked in the chambers or some other shit. But so yeah, I was keeping it medium. I didn't really want to mess with him too tough. So that night he was like, look out the window. If I look out this fucking window and I saw this motherfucker, it would have been on and popping. He's lucky I didn't see him. He's lucky as hell I didn't see him. It would have been. So anyway, he was like, wrong number. So I was like, okay, cool. So a couple weeks later, he was texting me. I was leaving him on open, and then he goes, why aren't you texting me? I said, you don't have other friends you could be texting? Like, I'm 16, 15, damn near 16 in a couple months. Why you hitting me up? Don't hit me up. So that was that. I blocked him or whatever. So that was the end of that. And then he like couple months down the road, like it was December, so like yeah, a couple months. He I ain't hear nothing from him. He added me on Snapchat, and he was like a different, like, you know, on Snapchat people be having like other names like something else. But yeah, so I didn't know who it was because you know people be adding people on quick ass, so I didn't know who it was. So I was like, okay, cool. So I texted him, who is this? He said, you know who I am. He said, you can. He said you can answer me on Snap, but you can't answer my text on regular phone calls. I was like, that was it. He got blocked then, and then he had another account. I don't know if he already had two accounts or if this was his friend's account, but he had another one, and it said look downstairs. He said look downstairs. He said look downstairs. So I opened my window. I looked downstairs. Guess who I fucking saw out my window? Yep, I saw that motherfucker standing out my window. And guess who got called? The police. I called the police on that motherfucker. They took him, but they didn't have enough to like, you know, take him into custody. But they told him, like, I guess gave him a warning or whatever. That's what I was told. But that's the end of that. I never heard anything from him. If I do, I'll give you guys an update. But he lucky I didn't come down there by myself, because I would have been the one leaving in a police car. But that's the end of that. Let alone, hold up, let alone if my stepmom would have came out, it would have been fucking World War 56. But that's the end of that. So, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time.